Alright folks, hello everyone and welcome. Welcome. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's September. Yeah, it's actually September. Holy crap, has this year flown by, huh? I know I say that a lot, but time really does fly. You know, it just feels like, just a few months ago, it was, early on this year when we were trying out some of these new releases that, had potential. Some of them were great, and some of them failed miserably, right? But here we are. And, here we are, and it's September 1st, 2016. I, of course, am Darkside Phil, and welcome to my gameplay stream for the day. So, what does this mean? It means that today we're finally going to get a chance to take a look together at the Battlefield 1 Open Beta. Thank God. Because wanted to do it yesterday, couldn't do it, was not working properly. There were, a lot of rumors that that the EA servers were being DDoS attacked. And that was the reason, excuse me, I'm drinking a seltzer. Look, you can't tell, excuse me. And that was the reason why I couldn't connect. If you remember yesterday, I was sat here for 40 minutes mashing square and could not connect to the servers at all. And, it is what it is. Couldn't play it yesterday. That sucked. Today's a different situation. Today I jumped in and right away I was able to join the server. In fact, let me double check now. Yep, I'm still connected. So it looks like I will be able to join in the fun. A lot of people have been playing this game all during this week because I guess some people got early access for being part of the Battlefield newsletter or something like that. I don't know. But for me, I tried it yesterday. No dice. Today we'll be playing it. So, about 3 to 3.5 hours of Battlefield 1 today on stream. Now, from what I'm to understand, the game is only one map. And you might say, what the hell? Only one map? Really? That's not a lot of content for a beta. But for what I'm to understand, the map is quite large. There's a large variety of gameplay, including obviously just being like a ground grunt. But you can also control various vehicles, which always has kind of been a staple of the Battlefield experience, so that could be cool. Various play styles, you could be just like a kind of a run and gun. You could be a sniper. You could try to take out vehicles. And also, there's supposedly 2 different game modes that kind of make it a little bit more variety. One game mode is the huge 64-player map, while the other one is a 24-player quicker style gameplay mode. So we'll see. Alright? We'll see how it goes. I'm curious. I've been very curious about it. And I want to see how this goes. How this is going to be implemented in a large-scale war. There's also supposedly horses that you can ride in it, which is pretty neat. So, it should be a fun stream, I think. Now, I am running a little bit behind today. I apologize for that. Life happens, and I got a little caught up in other stuff this morning. But I am here, I'm ready. It'll only be a few minutes late when I start here. My sinuses are bothering me today, if you can't tell yet. So I apologize for that in advance. My sinuses are, really, giving me some annoying, problems. But hopefully within a few minutes here, they'll clear up. Who knows? The big talk of this morning, ladies and gentlemen, is the new YouTube ad revenue policy changes. And I'm not going to go into a giant, discussion about it at this point. I do have some pretty strong opinions on it. I can understand why it's happening. I disagree, obviously, with the way it's being implemented. But FYI, a lot of people have been asking me about it the past day as it's become this huge topic of discussion on social media and on YouTube. The bottom line is, so far, I'm not affected. Alright? I'm not. And, I have no videos that have been flagged or anything like that yet. It certainly doesn't mean that it's not coming. In fact, I would almost guarantee you that there will be some videos of mine that will be affected by this. But being that it's not clear how it's being affected, there's all these rumors. All we're getting are rumors. The rumor is that if you have swear words in your tags or the title of your video, that it will get demonetized. The rumor is that people can flag your videos and they will be demonetized. And no one has any proof of any of this. No one has any proof at all. Everyone's just making it up. You know, because basically there's a panic on YouTube. That YouTube is completely changing. They're going to basically remove ads from anything that isn't like a PG rating. And I don't know. You know, I have very mixed feelings about it. Being that I am from a business background, I understand how advertising, marketing, and business works. YouTube is pretty much one of the very few mediums where advertising is huge, yet advertisers weren't able to pick and choose who they wanted to advertise on. You know, when you watch a television show, you may not realize this, but those advertisements you see on a television show when it runs on TV are actually handpicked. Those advertisers say, I like this show and I want to run my ads on this television show because I feel that the demographic that watches that television show are the age and the style of people that will buy my product, so I want to advertise on that show. There has never been that capability on YouTube. It's basically advertisers throwing their ads into a pot and YouTube using algorithms to divvy out the ads. And what I really feel has happened here is that advertisers have finally wisened up to the fact that they're just blowing their money on all these ads and they're not effective on YouTube. Because let's face it, let's actually take a look at the situation on YouTube. Most people who are being affected by this ad revenue change are people who are doing vlog-style videos, basically talking to a camera constantly, all right? And I want you to think about this. Are you more likely to buy a product when you're watching a video that's related to a product or an entertainment medium, or when you're just watching someone talk to a camera? I just want you to think about that. From a business standpoint, right? It doesn't matter if the person talking to the camera gets 5 million views on their video. If they're just talking about YouTube drama or gossip or some kind of, you know, something like that, versus, oh, here's someone reviewing a video game. Here's someone reviewing a movie. Here's someone making a creative work that's an entertaining video. You're more than likely to buy a product that's related to that video than someone who's just talking to a camera. You know what I mean? And I actually think that's kind of what's happened here, is advertisers have wised up and said, we don't care about these YouTubers who are making these videos that are getting millions of views. They're not selling product for us. So we just simply don't want to advertise on those videos anymore. And I think YouTube is cracking down. I could be completely wrong. That's just my theory. Okay? Alright, so anyway, ladies and gents. I'm not affected as of yet. I've gotten no notices. None of my videos have been affected. But I think that they will be. I'll obviously let you know when they are. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, make a video about it. I'm not going to make a video yet, because it's only been like 24 hours since this news hit. And I think it would be too early to talk about it. I'm going to maybe wait a few days, see what happens, see if I am affected, if I have videos to show you that got flagged of mine for demonetization, and then we can talk a little bit more about it, rather than me just, you know, making a cheap video for views now when I have other shit to do. Let's face it, I have lots of games to get to that I'm in the middle of, and it would behoove me to stick to that rather than to make a drama video about it. Oh no, the sky is falling. Okay. Okay, folks. So, really that's it. I want to get started with Battlefield 1. I don't want to talk a little bit at length. In fact, I really don't even want to go too much into gratuitous plugs, but I will say a few quick things, alright? Number one, thank you to everyone who pledged to my Patreon. Because guess what? We did it. Last night, we hit the Patreon goal for the month of August. It was very close. Don't get me wrong. We were right there on the edge, but we hit the goal. In fact, we actually exceeded the goal by a little bit. Certainly wasn't a lot, by a few bucks. We exceeded the August Patreon goal. Therefore, there will be a playthrough in the month of September. It will either be Jak 3, Banjo-Kazooie HD, or Crash Bandicoot 3. Okay? I am going to be setting up the poll this weekend for said games. And this weekend I will be messaging everyone who pledged to my Patreon in August on patreon.com so that I can get you your perks. Okay, so if you pledged and you want, gee, how do I vote? How do I get forum access? How do I post up to get my questions answered on Ask the King this month? Alright? You'll get all that information this weekend. Alright? And, don't listen to the silly kids who are saying that Phil's making it up, he didn't hit the goal. Look at his Patreon now. His Patreon right now says he's under what he has set for his goal. Yeah, because all the pledges processed overnight, and people reduced their amount that they pledged so they don't accidentally get pledged a larger amount next month. In fact, there were like 2 or 3 people who had pledged, say, around like $20-30, and they reduced it down to, $1 or $5 or whatever their ongoing pledge is because, we hit the goal, and now they want to make sure they don't accidentally get overpledged. So that's what happened. But we did hit the goal. All right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what people vote for. I'll have more info on that this coming weekend. Okay? Now, I'm already going to give you guys a preemptive preview of the September Patreon goal. All right? The preview is this. Halloween. It's all about Halloween. If we hit my Patreon goal in September, I'm once again going to be doing, for the second year in a row, a Halloween marathon special, regardless of the fact that I'm going to be in the middle of playthroughs such as Battlefield 1, Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and The Last Guardian during that week. I'm going to take time away from the new releases to do a Halloween marathon. Now, last year, the Halloween marathon was good but not great, because what happened was I played only one game. And I think people got really burnt out after about 2 hours of me playing that Fatal Frame game. And they were like, Phil, this was good that you did it, but it got boring after a while. And, we wish that there was more variety. So what I'm going to be doing this year for this Halloween marathon is, if we hit the goal, people who pledge $5 or more to my Patreon in September are going to be nominating and voting on horror games for me to play. And I'm going to be playing probably 3 to 4 different horror-themed games during my Halloween marathon. Okay? Now, that's a lot better than last year, because even if you get bored of one of the games, I could swap to another one. You know what I mean? And yes, just like last year, the entire marathon will be on face cam, and I will be dressing up in a Halloween costume. Okay? So, awesome stuff if we hit the September goal. Alright? I haven't even made a template for it or anything yet. I will. Alright? Haven't gotten to it yet. But, I will be doing a big template for, so you'll understand, every day I'll put it up on the stream, so people will know what they're pledging towards. But I think it could be pretty cool, a pretty awesome event, right? Much better than last year, in my opinion. I think it'll go down better. So, I'll have more info on that shortly, but that is the goal for this month. So, please consider pledging. Again, $5 or more if you pledge in September, you'll be able to nominate and vote on those games that I'll be playing in the Halloween marathon. There you have it. Okay. I really don't have anything else to mention. I will say this. I'll say one final thing and then we'll get started with gameplay, I promise. Battlefield 1, obviously I'm playing that on stream right now. Tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the footage of Battlefield 1 that I record today on stream for you, and I'm going to do an impressions video on it. I'm going to make an impressions video for KO Gaming where I tell you what I think about the Battlefield 1 beta. Okay? So that'll be cool. You get to see it live right now, and then later tonight you get to hear my formulated opinions in a highly edited video on KO Gaming. So that's youtube.com/KO Gaming 1. Please check it out and consider subscribing if you haven't as of yet. Alright. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for Battlefield 1. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. I mean, hell, I've been waiting over 24 hours to play it now. So hopefully it works, and hopefully we get some good matches in, and we'll see what happens, alright? Alright, thanks for being patient. Let's begin.